Girl, it's what I heard. Allegedly, it's just the word. Allegedly, it's on the street. Allegedly, I sing to the beat. Allegedly, lee, lee, lee. Allegedly, lee, lee, lee. Allegedly, lee, lee, lee. Allegedly. Allegedly, it's just the word allegedly. It's what I heard allegedly. It's on the street allegedly. I sing to the beat allegedly. Allegedly, allegedly, it's what I heard allegedly. It's just the word allegedly. Don't blame, don't sue allegedly. It won't help you allegedly. Allegedly.
Well, well, we have some news this evening. We've had some news all day, and I was debating, do I talk about it? Do I not talk about it? Do I talk about it? Do I not talk about it? And I said, bump it. I'm going to make my money like everybody else. So let's talk about it. The link is in the chat. The door is open. Now, I was considerate enough to bring toilet paper. I brought toilet paper because Funky said, I'm going to slap the shit. 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 So, since you gone rear back on your arrow-shaped feet and slap the shit, I figure I should bring some toilet paper because God knows where it's going to spray. Tasha going to need to wipe up after that. I mean, thank goodness I'm on a high-fiber diet. So if he slapped the shit out of me, it'll come out smooth and easy. And I'm going to let him. You make $42,000 a month. I will enjoy running those pockets down to Fulton County. And you bet your sweet ass I will. Now, if I was Tasha, what I would do, I would take my happy ass right on down to Fulton County and file a suit. File a suit because I could count, 30 times he said, I'm going to slap the shit. And since you owe $7,000 a month to Cardi B, girl, just sue him and pass that dead on, dead on, dead on. You know, baby, just pass your dead on, dead on, dead on. You know, you pass that dead on. You just got that payment plan too. At least cut that sucker into. Run them. You better run those pockets. You better run those pockets before he comes outside and slaps the shit out of you, out of you, out of you. He said, go on and get your restraining order. I'm going to slap the shit. The shit. I mean, if he's threatening to put my fecal matter on the floor, I'm getting some money out of it. I'm getting some money. I'll go on and be like, shit, let's go on and add assault to the lawsuit. Here you go. Let me give you my ass to slap. Like I said, we got Cottonelle on deck, baby. I'm ready to wipe it up. Wipe it up. Yes. Trader Joe's shredded wheat. But I will say, as a comedian, as well also too, I'm grateful that my audience makes me work more for a laugh than me being able to say, I'll slap the shit. I'll slap the shit. I'll slap the shit. But my audience, they're not women that like to be talked down to. And I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I enjoy y'all get my sense of humor. I don't need to talk down to you. I don't need to threaten to slap the shit out of other women. For me, that's just not a place I don't need to slap the shit. But Tasha will push, 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 push. I believe every word of that story about her begging to be his friend at that wedding. I believe that she has done enough where I've worked with her. I've had nothing bad happen with Tasha, but I'm not going to turn down an opportunity, but I'm also going to keep one eye open. I also know you can become the story with this woman. I also know this woman, doesn't always tell the truth. And that's been proven in a court of law. So it's not just, my opinion. That's fact, legal fact. You would think Tasha would learn. I do, but at $7,000 a month, baby, maybe she looks at it as a business expense. I don't know. I don't know where she's getting the money from. And I'm sorry, there's no way I would want to come up off that kind of cash. Cardi, can I get some of that money? Cardi, give me some of that money. Give me some of that money, Cardi. I want to invest it in advertising. Give me some of that money. Yeah, you ain't using it. You got that daughter drawing on damn purses. But Alex, imagine a person talks down on you, trying to hug on you in public. Very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. I definitely see that those two probably won't be swimming in the same circles anytime soon. But it is also interesting that you see all these comments about I slap the shit. And it's like, at this point, I'm tired of the fake outrage. Like, people enjoy being told that they slap the shit. People enjoy being told that they're average. People enjoy the misogyny and bunions. Let's
But
just
like,
say,
does it
hey, feisty. They
good
enjoy
evening, Alex?
some ladies just enjoy the misogyny and bunions, and that's their prerogative.
It's definitely an enjoyment of that over there because he literally does the same exact thing. He talks so much stuff about people, and then when he sees them, it's all love. It's nothing personal. Like, and the one thing about them both is that they're both consistent.
They're consistent, yes. I also say at least Tasha is in on the joke where, like, and I'm about to tell y'all the whole funky story with me again, since he want to get out here and say he don't bother nobody. Yes, the fuck you do. He thinks he's above being talked about. He is still pissed with me for just doing what he does, reporting the news. Like I reported years and years and years and years ago on his shit with that heifer that I ain't gonna name either because I don't trust her as well. But it's like, girl, you were in the news. Instead of just taking it on the chin and being like, okay, I got roasted, you wanted to act all uppity like you was above it. You're not above being roasted and reported on because you do it like to everybody else. What makes you special? And let me tell you what the issue that happened with Heavenly. So we plan to do Taco Tuesdays. We launch it. He comes along, emails her, tells her, oh, I want to do a show on Tuesday. Y'all remember that shit? I want to do a show on Tuesday with Heavenly. Heavenly said, I'm already doing a show on Tuesday with Alex. So he tells her Wednesday, okay, well, I want to do the show with y'all on Tuesdays from now on. And we're like, okay, cool. That's great. That'll get some eyes on it. The next week, Sunday, he backpedaling pussy pop out of it and then just tried to plan the show with Heavenly, trying to cut me out of it. Girl, why the fuck are you worried about what the fuck I'm doing? You got 500,000 subscribers, but me running a story on you 8 years ago is still running across the windmills of your bitch ass mind. You
That
are
is
still
so funny.
over 8 years ago. Oh my God, bitch, you were a hot topic. Enjoy it. At least you were worth reporting on.
At least.
But yeah, that's what happened. That's
Well,
what
I was gonna
happened.
say I haven't heard I haven't heard the S word so much on YouTube since the last time my family member went to a proctologist. When they went to the gastrologist preparing for the colonoscopy, I heard this much this word. But maybe I think what happens is sometime on YouTube, people, these hosts, some of the hosts, they get very sensitive. They get in their own bubble, and their egos get big, and they become these people who can dish it but can't take it in some instance.
That
Man,
was a crash out. First of all, hey to both of you. I'm sorry. Good evening. But that was a crash out. That entire rant. I know people were living for the quote unquote reads, and he was dragging them. But considering that it has been stated as a recent that you want to get a talk show, you want to get on television, you're trying to enter all of these rooms. What rooms are you going to enter when you're threatening a woman online? That
He
felt like a
forgot.
crash out to me, guys. I'm sorry. It just is
It,
inconsistent
it
with some of those goals.
there is a level of it is a crash out, because if you're supposed to be like, and again, this is that delusion of grandeur shit. I'm so up here and I can't even believe I'm talking about them and they're in the conversation. Bitch, you all work at the same motherfucking place. We all get our check from motherfucking Google. Stop acting fresh.
Yes.
right? He was
I
just
was so
he was
And
confused
just
by that
telling.
part. What rooms is
He,
he in that Tasha K can't get in?
I don't
And
know, but he
quiet
was
as it's
in the
wasn't he
kept.
just
financial
wasn't he just
And
rooms.
supposed
also, let's
to
have
that?
this conversation too.
Mm-hmm.
It is not through some hard work or talent that you got the subscribers you got. You simply were chosen by YouTube because you weren't threatening enough, where they were like, okay, we need some black stars on YouTube too. And so they just decided to push your ass on through. You were a metrics test, nothing more.
Okay. I mean, I think that for me, the crazy thing too is that a couple of months ago, Armand Wiggins, I haven't watched the channel a little bit, but I remember he had the Fox Soul thing, and then when the Fox Soul thing blew up, it was Funky Dineva who was saying, you got to be calm, you can't be messy, you got to be professional. So it was kind of, yeah, very surprising that
Child, that was
this is,
a do as I say, not as I do.
come on
But
now.
he sabotaged that show from the outside in. We all know that.
Well, but to your point, Feisty, I'm saying about the professional thing. Like, if you schooling other people younger than you on YouTube or trying to counsel them allegedly, and then you have this reaction, there's a certain there is more diplomatic ways to convey if you have major issues with people behind the scenes or whatever it is. The same way he said that he at least tries to tell people online. So as a viewer, I don't know these people. I don't have a dog in the fight. But as a viewer, it does seem a little like, oh, well, damn, just a couple of months ago, you were trying to school a younger brother that you say you respect or whatever about how to do it and the mistakes they made. And, it was surprising. It was confusing.
Was it though? Because this is the topic he crashes out about.
You said,
Historically
Also,
speaking.
how many times are you going to crash out about Michelle Brown? How
Who
many
crashes out
fucking
about her?
times, God, you are still talking about Michelle fucking Brown? Like, I wouldn't let that woman's names come out of my lips. You're still talking, still. Oh my God, still. You can, honestly, sweetie, I know you saying Michelle can't move on, and she can't. And she can't. But you can't either. We have moved on, the audience, and you still talking about it.
but you know what?
Some
What triggered this? I didn't even know what started it recently between these people. Well, how did all
nothing.
this?
It looked like they
Child,
started
here's
when they
what
was talking about
happened.
the reunion.
Tasha, here's the thing. Funky got put on Tasha's site, and he called Tasha and said, take it down. And Tasha read his message and kept on moving. And that's the thing. It's like, you're not too important to be talked about. You are not too important to be talked about. Any skin, they gonna talk about you like they talk about Candy Burrs, like we talk about everybody else that is a certain level of notoriety. Everybody's that's worth reporting on gets reported on, and some people that aren't worth reporting on get reported on.
Mm, yeah.
Kenzo,
But
what?
it was you put me on your website, and it's, girl, who cares? So you got, look at it as full free press and promo. Act like you know.
He's lazy.
I mean, but if you
Lazy.
are
He doesn't like to
social
work for the turnaround. I'm sorry to like he does not like to work for the turning around and turning around of He hates that part. He's lazy. He
Exactly.
just
Then he gonna still bring up the machine. It's like, child. I don't. It has been 10 years. It has been 10 years,
They gotta
and
make
we
that girl
I
still
or call
you
the
still
younger.
out here screaming. Michelle Brown smells funny. You weren't even there. You're using somebody else's nose to know. And then also still messy sissy, because then you got to drag what's his
Oliver.
name into it? Yeah, Oliver into
Oliver.
it. I met Oliver once. Oliver was nice to me. I ain't got no issues with Oliver. You got to drag Oliver into it. I mean, it's just like you act like you make $42,000 a month, because I'm telling you, the level of not giving a fuck,
Oh,
sweetie.
I
baby,
Once
give
even
me
I
that
get
kind of
10
money.
grand a month,
Yeah.
Give me that kind of
once
money, and
I
I will
get 10
show you
grand a
what to
month,
do with it.
For what? Oh God.
mm. Yeah,
Give
I
You're
didn't
me
even know.
that
blowing
much, and
up.
I will show you the level of unbothered you should aspire to be.
I didn't even know Alva had a channel. I knew. Like you said, I do events and
but
be in the
it's
community.
still, after all these years, it's still Michelle Brown, and
I don't
it's also
understand why
Tasha
he dragged.
K.
Oh, okay. I get why he dragged Tasha. Did Michelle comment on, because all of this stemmed from this oversharing on the potty, right? This
Overshare.
ankle on the ankle to the knees. The potty picture on Instagram when he was sitting on the potty and she said something about his
Yes, the
His dirty
floor.
baseboard.
baseboards.
Yes.
Yes. So
Oh, and
what does Michelle have to do with this? How did she get in it?
somebody brought Michelle up in the comments, and
Oh God.
I'm reading that someone brought Michelle up in the comments. I'm unsure of how Michelle got brought into the conversation, because he was talking in a circle. So I
Got it.
just knew, I've watched the rant in parts, but it's just, my thing is, it's been 10 years. Why are you talking about it after 10 years? She done got the money from Google. You rich, you successful. Like, why do
Because
we
that
care?
video, because
What?
that video, and Armand showed that video.
Which video?
Armand showed that video of her walking around the house.
Oh God, why are we replaying that? That was
Armand
40 damn
replayed it.
years ago.
Armand Armand drug it. Well, Funky did this to himself because by bringing that up or going down that rabbit hole, that video is back
Circulation. It's
into
gonna be
play.
circling
Well,
It's
it's
again.
back
back in the
into
Oh,
the
it's
sun.
circulation
getting
because
ready to
But
Michelle
circle.
reposted it.
and Armand definitely brung that back up from the dead, which that makes me feel like, ooh, you don't
Well,
see it the
Alex, you know
same.
the North remembers, but everybody's not from the North, so that video is definitely gonna be circling today.
I mean, the
Everyone is
After
video
not
already
from Pepperidge
recirculated.
Farm.
Michelle made a
Folks
response
don't
video.
remember.
And honestly, Michelle, like, you got your money. You got your money plus interest. You got some good interest. Like, it is trifling from everybody. I feel like Tasha was doing her job reporting on the blogs, because you're a famous blogger. So
Yes,
when you do
yes.
something, you're the story. And
And
also, for somebody that don't want to be the motherfucking story, that somebody that's so above it all in their tower, you sure do put your business in the street rather than just commenting on this shit and keeping it pumping. You sure give enough to where the people know what's going on. You give enough to become a story, but then get upset when you're spoken on.
very true. Very true. No one needed to know. No one needed to know. And he does that. He does that. He starts something on his Instagram. It doesn't go his way. He starts something on Instagram. It doesn't go his way. And then this happens. But no one told you to say that to begin with. You gave her something to roll with.
Oh, he
I was
did
just
say
about to
that.
say that.
Michelle said that Quad's boyfriend car was stolen, so he was taking up for Quad, and that's
Mm-hmm.
how all this got started. Okay.
No,
And
he was
I got some tea about that now.
he was
Allegedly.
looking for that though, because I've seen several YouTubers read actual court documents about what was happening with Quad. She wasn't the only one talking about that car being stolen or saying that the car that he's being sued for is the same car he gifted Quad. Although it isn't true, because literally the car that's in the court documents and the one he gifted her is two different cars. But my point is, Michelle is not the only one that said that though. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. PC, you get caught up when your subscribers get messy and you fall right into the trap.
If you in Fulton County, you know all those documents are open. You
I,
literally Google that
Fulton
case, you
County
can
court
find it,
records.
baby. That's all you have to put in.
Nothing
Because I'm
stays
like,
secret in
when
Fulton
people,
County. We all know this. That's what I'm saying. I watched 5 videos over the weekend of explaining what the situation was with that lawsuit. She was, and one of them wasn't even hers. She's not the only person reporting on that. It's news. And
it
American
is,
medicine is
but
trending.
the issue is that she tried to link Quad to it, and that situation. King is a
But
Now,
Quad was
defendant,
getting linked
but
to it no matter what, because we only know him because of Quad.
true.
I'm not speaking specifically on Michelle. I'm saying overall, the only reason why we care about this lawsuit is because he's her boyfriend. So
Right.
she's getting linked to it by everybody, not just Michelle.
Right. It's the implication that that's the car Quad is driving, because even Sweet Tea tried to cast that stone at the reunion. Is that her car? Did he buy her a Rolls Royce? It's the
oh
linkage.
yeah.
Like that's
Is
the story that's going around. If you read the
is
documents, he kind of got sold a car that was already leased to somebody else. He's kind of almost a victim. He
is
got
the
scammed.
fact that Funky is so comfortable to threaten to slap a woman in public in front of her husband? Is that from watching too much reality television?
No, that's being massage noir.
Now that's him.
That's massage noir.
That was
That's
crazy.
him, because I'm not gonna lie, he low key threatened Candace when that whole, like, during season 5 when that whole thing was going on and Monique was, going
He
from
sure did.
YouTuber to YouTuber. He issued an idle threat like, be careful, if you don't do this, then he kind of left it open ended, but it definitely sounded like he was threatening her. It's
He
not
was
his
like,
first time doing that.
if
This
he
is
was
the
in the
first time he said
situation,
it publicly with this much vitriol, with his whole chest, like, I'm going to do this the
Slap
next
the
time I see
shit.
you.
I'm gonna slap the shit.
Better the
That's what he said.
pause,
The
pause,
shit.
pause.
and I'm gonna
This is
rep
the
my set and fight your
pause.
husband.
This is the first time he said to somebody y'all care about. He said to Tasha K, because when he went up on Michelle Brown a couple years ago on Tasha K's platform, he threatened to slap the ish out of her then. This ain't the first time he said this. It's like certain women he ready to bowl up on, get real manly.
Well, I
If
will
you guys
say that
remember, he had something similar happen. It
It's
wasn't a threat, but he was very, like, aggressive when he was talking about
He
Melody from
was,
Love and Marriage Huntsville. It's not
which is
this
what
is
set
not
her.
new for him.
scallop head.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He
because her
got
brother
bucked
had to
with
address
scallop
him.
head.
Yeah,
he.
her brother had to address him about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Her brother had to address.
Yes.
Okay, now
Hi,
apparently
everybody.
really.
he really
Hi,
didn't
Hi.
everybody.
like one of the Bailey twins' faces, and
Yeah,
that
how
was
Chloe. That's the
yeah.
one he had to issue that
Yeah, he
public
did.
apology to.
He
But I
Or when
didn't
he
know
got in
he got bucked with Mel.
he
or when
did
he got in
too.
Mm-hmm.
trouble for talking about Blue Ivy when she was younger.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
This isn't
Yeah,
new.
Yeah,
yeah.
he got bucked with Mel, and her brother checked him, and then, if I don't know, well, Feisty remembers. Remember, Marcus had put some flour on the
He
table.
put some flour on his nose. Yeah.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
It's on YouTube. All
it's
it's
on
so funny,
YouTube.
y'all. Listen, YouTube, it's like YouTube is this big city, and it's like you only hang out in your neighborhood, and it's stuff that happens on the other
Yep.
side of town that you never know
And you
about
need to be on the
until
other
somebody
side of the
tells
street.
you.
Until
All
somebody
of this
tells
played
you.
out on YouTube.
Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
he called. He was talking real crazy to her, because this was after he had went down to Huntsville and was hanging out with some of the cast members. So he got back up
Miss
on his.
Wanda and them. That's that weekend of the
Oh,
fight.
Yeah.
And all that
Yes.
Yeah,
happened because
that's
he was at Black at
yep,
first,
it
and
was
then
the
they had the
weekend.
food truck the next day at the
Mm-hmm.
thing.
So he
The
got on
internet
you.
remembers.
Yeah, he got on YouTube and was talking crazy to that lady. It was calling her bitch. It was going real hard at her. And
Mm-hmm.
she didn't
Mm-hmm.
Mel said nothing to him. Next thing we know, Marcus is on because they took it from his Instagram live. He had flour on his nose and he was checking that man.
Yep.
Ooh. Why is my pic? Because somebody put their picture up.
Oh
Put your
Lord.
picture up. Child Tasha in the room.
Oh Lord.
Well, this is my thing. Can I say this while she's in here, right? So, you
Sure,
know, as
feel
somebody who
free.
was from Palm Beach County, Florida, as somebody who was from Palm Beach County, Florida. So when the people talk about, oh, he from Miami, you know how they do in Miami. I'm like, but Tasha from South Florida too. So what he gonna do that she can't do? I just want to know.
That's a good
Baby, they're
question.
gonna be fighting in the street.
Yeah.
I just want to know because the girls get real rowdy down here. Just saying.
Aren't we
Well,
too
I
old
said,
for this?
listen, now that she's in the
No.
chat.
Aren't
No,
we
No.
too old to be fighting
not
in the street? Because
well
I
for some
am.
people, no.
No.
For some people, no.
No.
I'm calling the police on you. I'm not fighting. I got a bad knee.
But you're not gonna walk up on me and slap me, and I'm
Yeah,
just
not
gonna
gonna do
Right
that.
now.
Not
whittle
gonna do
like a
That
that.
flower.
I'm gonna defend myself. I'm gonna defend myself. But
And
any
how do
other
you fight a crackhead in active addiction? That
Oh
super
God.
strength is nothing to mess with.
You
But
leave a
it's
honey,
crack
funny
that
that you
trail.
Jocelyn
said
strength,
this
you're gonna
about
be
people
dealing
that
with
like
that
to play in
Jocelyn
court.
type strength.
That Jocelyn, oh my
oh my
God,
That
you've
God.
seen it.
Jocelyn type strength.
But Alex,
Jocelyn,
he
And
said
now you
this.
can afford your habit. Good
He said
Lord.
this to people that
Probably.
like to
Huh,
play in court. He says this to
honey.
people that
That's
have
why
enough money
somebody
to
was
buy an
on that
outfit for
potty.
every court date.
Mm-hmm.
If you know, you know. That's why somebody is always running and having them tummy troubles. Because the next day, it's
Well,
always a rough day.
now
Can
see,
I
I don't know about
say
that.
how
I don't
this
know nothing
I don't
all
about
do
that.
started?
recreational drugs. I don't do that.
I,
I
I
can't
don't I
speak
don't
to
know
that life.
I don't know that life.
I
I don't know nothing
mean,
about that.
I mean, I
it,
watched
I don't
Breaking
know
Bad,
that
but that's about
that
it.
life
I
is
can't tell
based
you how
I
it go
on.
down.
bartended for a long time. And if you
Can I
know,
actually
you
say how
know.
You
all this
know.
started?
Yeah, the second you said bartender, I was like, oh,
I
Yeah, she ain't
she
bartended
just
knows
for,
lying.
what's up.
so when you know, you know. And yeah, all of that. Like, that's why I don't even understand. I'm like, why would you even? Because there are some people who know, and you're going to keep giving this story wings. You're going to keep giving this story life. And now, honey, you can afford her comfortably. So, I mean, hit the slopes all you want, bro, but we all
I'm
know.
happy you can afford your habit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
For
not
now,
mad. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about it, but I
Oh,
don't know.
D is going to tell us how all this got started.
Please.
please do story time. Yes.
Who?
D, hon?
Walk us down the yellow brick road of mess.
Honey, you got our attention. We stopped talking.
Wait, you said where'd
Hello?
you go?
Are you there? It's us,
Oh,
Margaret.
okay, here we go. Here we go. It was messing. Wait, we had to add her in again. Wait, let's take your unmute. Okay. We're having a little technical difficulties with her. She'll be back in a minute.
If I
But
could say,
but back to the chat's point, it's Tasha K coming on.
Alex, can you hear me?
Tasha's more than welcome to come in. We've got the link in here. I haven't talked to her in a minute, but I'm definitely too old to be running. I'm too old to be worrying about somebody that's gonna slap the shit out of me.
Well,
Because I don't always carry toilet paper, and I don't want to walk around with dirty underwear. Because I'm like, that could get messy. But my God, I mean, he really did. I have to laugh because, well, one, you ain't gonna bust a grape. We know you ain't gonna bust a grape. but you really hype yourself up in your boudoir in front of that camera. I'm gonna slap the shit. And it's like, I really, I really do wonder what is the mind that makes him that allows him to get away with this, that keeps hundreds of thousands of viewers coming back saying, you know what? Yes, I want to see more disrespect, more disregard, more misogynoir. Is that why I'm not successful, because I'm not misogynistic?
No, honey, because your
You are
audience is made of
successful.
You
smart,
are
intelligent women.
successful.
You
Don't
absolutely
get it
are
twisted.
successful.
Right. Do you want an audience full of ghettos? Because that's his audience. As much as he likes to be high up on the
No.
slopes, he's down in the gutters. That's who gives
I'm
him
sorry,
his.
and we love Chris, and maybe it's an August thing, but I'm telling you that hubris reeks nothing but the fire sign of the Leo.
Not my baby Chris.
Trust me, this is nothing but Leo
I know, no,
bullshit.
we can't put it on Leo. I know too many good Leos.
I've been on
But
top of and under too many Leos, and I
Oh,
promise you, this is
call for
Okay.
the call.
I support
Well,
it.
if you the expert, lady, go
this
and tell
this
your
this is
story.
this is that.
Hey, Alex, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
You want me to explain exactly how the whole thing started?
Yes. Yes. There we go. There we go.
Please
Okay.
do.
So,
Ooh, yes, tea time.
a couple of days ago, Michelle Brown read the court documents for Quad's boyfriend. Now, she didn't say, she kind of insinuated that it's a possibility that maybe the car that her boyfriend gave her, the Rolls Royce, might be the car that was stolen a year ago. He owns like a rental car service. Like if you have an expensive car, you can take that car and rent it out to other people. So someone had a Rolls Royce that they were leasing, which you're not supposed to rent out leased cars. But he had a Rolls Royce that was leased. He took the car, he gave it to someone else. Someone else said they got drunk and left the keys in the car and the door open and someone stole it. And the car's been missing now for over a year. Now, all of a sudden, fast forward, this is Quad's boyfriend, and all of a sudden, Quad's boyfriend gives Quad a Rolls Royce. So they like, coincidence? Maybe. Okay, so now she talks about that, moves on with her life. Now, Funky Dineva comes on television, YouTube, and he starts defending Quad and saying that, you know, Michelle Brown is always talking about people. She's always doing this. And then he started bringing up how Michelle Brown talks about him. Then he started calling her fat, started calling her smelly, started calling her all these names, and then said, why you keep bringing up the fact that, you know, I messed up your house. That was where he never said he messed up a house. You keep bringing up past, he kept saying past things. So that's kind of how it started. I guess he was defending Quad because that's his
Okay.
friend. But then
Oh.
it turned into a whole, while I'm here, let me go ahead and, I guess, read Michelle Brown. And
Oh.
then he decided to throw in um, Tasha K for a cherry on top.
He said,
Okay.
you know what? And I'm cussing out today, so let's get real
So
on
we
Might as
it.
might as
well.
well just bring everybody
I
up in
might
here.
as
I
well.
mean, shit, honey, I want to
sounds like
thank
a
Funky
crash
for the
out to
check.
me.
I want to thank Funky for the check for this video. Shout out to Funky Dineva.
That
Thanks for
definitely
the
was a
check.
crash out.
This is
And
not a
that's what, see,
train or an
Michelle Brown came
unsubscribed
on
party.
again.
It's merely like, it's more of a, wow, this is odd. This is interesting. We can
Right.
discuss it like adults.
Well,
I
Because
agree.
Michelle
you know what?
Brown
I
I
agree.
still
came
think that
on.
he's funny sometimes.
Michelle Brown came on again, I think last night, and she said, well, let's hear what he said. So she was listening to everything he said, and then Michelle Brown was commenting on the things that he said. And Michelle Brown said, well, you can do something to somebody, but you can't control how that person is going to react when you do something. If you come in my house, you destroy my house, you steal things from me. She said that he took her credit card and charged things on her credit card, walked around telling people that she was smelly, that she was funky, the
And stole that
vajayjay
washer and
wasn't
dryer.
right.
The
So she's
washer
like,
and
you
dryer.
He
can't
damn sure
tell
stole that
me.
washer and dryer.
Right. Yeah. She said, you can't tell me how to react to something when someone does something to you. I mean, Alex, you just got off of Janet Jackson's back.
And you brought her up,
Yeah.
so now he's gonna be back on it.
I know
And
you
it
just
took
joking.
him. It took a minute.
You
It took
just got off of
years.
Janet Jackson.
How
That was a
dare
little
you
bit.
say her name? How dare you say her name?
Now you know I've been around for a while. You just got
Amen.
off Janet Jackson.
Just
I
put
can't
it
even
down.
listen to that song without thinking about Alex.
Made for now.
Let's wait a while.
Yeah, we wait. Oh shoot, we waited a while. We waited all afternoon for her to perform.
But that's what happened. So Michelle went on her channel, talked about it, and then Tasha K joined Michelle and she talked about it because Funky Dineva pretty much said, when I see you, I'm going to slap you
Charles
straight in
violence.
your mouth.
He chose violence.
Well, what did he expect them to do?
And he
Why are
said,
you
and
threatening
I'm going to
women?
slap your husband in the mouth. He pretty much threatened her and her husband. So then Tasha K came on Michelle Brown's channel and she was like, how I get in it?
Tosh don't even
I
know
was
how
over
to
here.
get
And so I guess he got mad because she posted a picture that he took of himself on the toilet with his drawers down. So she posted it. That's news. He's news. You know? And then someone else posted a picture of his couch where the dog took a crap on the couch. And then he posted a picture of his dogs where they messed up his bedroom. So you
Why do
showing
these
people
pictures
how you
exist
live.
online?
Right,
Cause he be telling his business. How many pictures of my apartment do y'all see? I keep
None.
my
That's so
business
important.
out the streets. You
I
don't
know
need
a lot.
to show
Right.
everybody and tell everybody every move you make. Like
But a lot
if
of
I have
people
something
don't. Right.
interesting, I'll show you. Other than that, child, my life boring.
Right. A lot of people are saying that why does Michelle bring it up so much? But I think the biggest thing on that is when a friend, and I think Michelle Brown is hurt.
It's been
She
10
considered
years. It
Funky
is time for
Dineva a friend. He let Funky Dineva stay in one of her rental properties.
I understand. And here's the thing: we were all with Michelle. We
Hmm.
were with Michelle for a good 5 years.
I
So
think I
what?
think the flip
Baby,
I
it's
think
been
the
a
flip is
decade.
what bothers
It's
her now.
been a decade.
It's
It
been
is
a
It's that
decade,
time
but
to
then it got started
move
back up when
on.
Tasha
You
K.
she got her money. You got every pinch. She got her money plus like 25%
but
interest. You
but
got
she
like
does
it's
not
just
have the fame and the access. That's I think
Sometimes
that
some people
I think
hurt
that
people hurt people.
I think
Wait,
that sticks in her craw. I think the whole reason why she went public with that information, she wanted to get paid for her pain, but she also thought it was going to launch her somewhere.
she
No,
And
I
wanted
don't
to
think
lunch
so.
her.
How
No.
is
no.
dog
I don't
Hold
food
know.
on. Let me
on
see.
the floor
I
going
will
to
say.
launch you somewhere?
I
That don't make
feel
no
like
sense.
I'll say this. Like Michelle,
Early
Michelle
days of
definitely
YouTube,
wanted to be on a talk show.
Who?
precisely.
She wanted Michelle wanted to be on a talk show. She wanted to be on Sister Circle because when she was
Absolutely.
using me to get back at Funky, she would tell me little things like that. However, all the anti-gay shit that she said about Funky and T.S. Madison, they ain't letting her on nowhere. They're
But I
like
think she
her
learned that the
funk.
hard way,
There's
and
a
she's
lot of
mad.
unlikability
She's
where it just
mad.
seems like they ain't moving forward in careers.
I think that's why she's hung on to it. It has nothing to do with the friendship. It has everything to do with where everybody's landed, and she is not in in comparison.
Oh no. In my opinion, from what I see, I think she got money. She ain't hurting.
I don't think
But
she's
if you think
hurting, but
about for
when
how
you
long
have
she's done it,
money, what do you want? You want more. And so and I do agree that there's a level of fame and notoriety, a level of, you want to be a housewife, you maybe not that
Be a
exposed
housewife
of your
friend, be
personal
a
life,
friend
but
of.
exactly, be a friend of, you hanging out with Nene, you hanging out with Portia, you swim in those circles for a reason, because there's plenty of bloggers who keep their head down and keep out the mess like the Jasmine brand.
but you
She
also
wants
got
to
to think
live
about
her
how she
brand.
carried
She wants
herself.
to live that Atlanta life.
But
I
she
guess.
Absolutely.
is, but she has to go play
Oh,
with
bitch,
Tiger.
not
To
me.
me, if a friend
Yes,
that
she
to
wants to
me,
be Puff
like Alex, I've
User.
known you for a long time. Alex, I've known you for a long time. Me and you have done business together.
Mm-hmm.
So now wonder, and now if you would have did something to me, because you hold stuff about me, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I would be talking about you. But you didn't do that because I mean, we not friends like hang out, but I trust you and
And
I
that's because
trusted
I do
you to
good
do
business.
business with you. Now, wonder, you could have did some shady shit, but you didn't.
Because that's not my character.
And that's my point. When someone that you trust, that you think is your friend, someone that you think is someone that you don't mind helping them step up, and then they stab you in the back by doing horrible things. Sometimes you can't get over that, especially if it's over something that's true. You give up a friendship over material things and money, not
And
paying. She
addiction.
let you stay in her house. You didn't pay no rent.
Well,
Well, but
but
nothing.
oh,
If you
no,
have a rental property,
Well, now hold on, D. I agree with you, but 5 years is the point where you're not
you let that
enjoying your
go.
life because you can't let that go.
but
I
you
mean,
can't tell someone how to react when you
You
hit.
can't. That's true. You can't.
but
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 we can all say that's a poor choice of reaction.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Praise the Lord.
I can say to be angry about something and to keep bringing it up for over a decade. It's
especially
honey.
if
If people
she
start
knows
looking,
the real truth. If she knows, and not to cut you off, Alex, but if she knows whatever he was going through that put him in such a place, whether it was too much fun and it became a problem, because those are the things and those are the realizations that you make as you try to heal and let it go. Because when someone is in the throes of addiction, when it's not becoming, when the party's over, when the fun is over and it's affecting their real life, they're not going to move like your friend.
But my point is, not only did that, from what she says, she helped him come up. She
that
helped him get her channel.
that
You know what I'm saying?
that
So
If I
there's a
may,
lot of
if I may,
things. There's a lot
finally,
of
we got
things that
some
she's
truth.
holding on to.
Her
thank you.
that's the
subscribers
portion.
love it, including myself, and I watch Funky too. You know what? Maybe it is just a running joke that is never going to get old. Thank you for that honest, funny opinion. Like it's true. People
That
still
too.
talk about that damn the
That too.
dog didn't pee, the dog didn't pee, the dog didn't pee. What I wish
Yeah.
is we could have that damn video of him cussing her out. Cause
Hmm.
baby, that one was one for
Laid
the
it
book.
out.
That shook YouTube. That
I
shook
felt bad.
YouTube.
Yeah. A part of it is
I
us.
didn't.
A part of it is us. That is very fair. A part of us is a part of the problem as to why letting this. It's us. It happened in front of an audience, and the internet does not forget. And Pepperidge Farm remembers. This wound will never heal as long as we can go
Hmm.
back and replay.
And Janet Jackson
But
still
she's the
whispers.
one who does it. But she does it. Look at most of her
Janet
videos.
Jackson
They
still whispers. That's all I know. That's all I'm saying.
That's
She
true.
just appeared one
It's an
time,
open
one
wound that
time
will
in a
always
park,
be
and
in
she
the you in
whispered
this part,
something.
in this sector of, because really that was the beginning of the beef sector. That was the beginning of Black YouTube drama.
That was a time. That was a time. A lot of people jumped on here then and have been riding it out and ever since.
It was a hot mess. It was glorious. The
I be
punk was
honey,
one and the
that
wild was
library
flowing,
video
baby.
is how I found you.
Show
Oh,
did.
That library
With
video is how I
Fulton
found you.
County.
Library.
Who is
What
this
library
gentleman?
video?
Who is this gentleman sitting in this library reading? Like, I just
Uh,
loved it. I just loved
all
it.
I
The
know is
concept,
I
the
found Alex
concept was so
because I need an
simple.
apartment.
Let me say this. If a decade, nearly
Right,
15
Jaylee.
years later, the people could still be discussing the blackout in Vegas gate, this is not going anywhere.
All right.
oh my
Child,
God.
And
she won't let it go.
to be fair,
People still talk about Vegas Gate.
yes,
Yep.
Hell yeah.
and to be fair, and Alex, the funniest
And
part
the
is
macaroni
it's
and
people
cheese.
who were not
And the
even there,
macaroni and cheese.
strangers to you all, that discuss what you all experienced in Vegas. That is the funniest part, because it's like, how do you know? But what I was going to say is, it might be hope, guys, if Will Smith and Janet Hubert can make up 3 decades later. You never know. You
Yeah.
never know.
Yeah. Ain't no hope for that.
Yeah, she held on to
No,
that for
there
Not
20
while
ain't
she's
no
years.
making
hope.
her check
There
on
ain't
him.
no hope. That one,
No,
that is like
there,
feud
him,
until one of them leaves this earth
never,
and the
ever,
other one gonna
ever,
spit on the grave.
I'm gonna tell
I'm
y'all.
about
ever.
to
Honestly,
say the other baby gonna
honestly,
twirl on the grave.
I'm gonna
And
tell
have
you.
a
Funky
whole hoop
Dineva should
function.
apologize for what he did to her house and then see if she let it go.
No, that's not
Or
what.
buy her washing machine and dryer.
It's not. It's not gonna work
That
out.
might be it. That might be the issue.
He could buy her a washer and dryer. It's not gonna work out.
He ain't gotta buy nothing. She said
He,
on her
she got
he
like
said on her YouTube channel he never apologized for what he did. He
I feel.
never owned up to what he did.
I'll say this.
But
If somebody says something about your lady nether regions and how they smell, and a decade later, the way people, say, "Oh, that's the person who he said that about." That's how they describe you.
Yeah,
Would you want to
yeah,
make up with that man?
But let's be
no,
honest. Let's be honest. The circle in Atlanta is small. He heard that from Oliver. Oliver ain't the only one that smelt her. I'm
no. He
sorry, if
didn't
you've
hear
been
that
out
from
in Lennox,
Oliver. Oliver
Where
confirmed
Oliver never
that.
never confirmed that.
there's been other people
Well,
who've
then
been
he
around
was
Even
her
if
just
that
Oliver
throwing
smelt.
says
some
it,
salt
doesn't mean
on the
it's
I
true,
think
wound.
I
guys.
think
I'm
y'all keep
sorry. As a
forgetting that
woman,
No.
Michelle
I'm
at
not taking
one
the word of a
time
man
was
on
very
what
big.
somebody's talking
She was a big YouTuber because of how close she was to the housewives, constantly reporting on Chateau Sheree and having Funky out there reporting on her. Like she was around a lot of people in Atlanta, and they all had the same notes. It's like some stuff I'm gonna get Funky about, but baby, as somebody who spent a lot of time down in Atlanta in Stone Mountain and Lennox, and then heard about her and her attitude and all the interviews and the positions she's tried to get, some stuff he ain't lying about. Everybody ain't gonna have the same stories about you. And at the end of the day, you gotta take some accountability about how you move in these streets. You got to take some accountability. You done had too many opportunities, too
I
many
wouldn't want a
platforms.
beer. I wouldn't want a beer.
I can definitely see why Fox Soul did not work. I can definitely
Yeah,
see why TGIF was not trying to pay you anymore. I think the stipend they were giving you, they clearly thought was enough for the romper room foolishness that was going on behind the scenes. Because you're supposed to be getting a talk show, but this is the romper room fuckery on YouTube, girl. Boom. I can't.
I'm gonna tell you.
10-year-old drama.
I'm gonna tell you the honest God truth. I only go see Funky Dineva when something like this happens.
I let him
I
go
don't go
too.
over to his channel
I let him
because
go too.
you know what I'm saying. Like he started out the video talking about the black sororities. He said
I remember that
AKA were
time.
hoes, deltas were lesbians. He started out giving the smoke.
And I was like, you went to school in Florida.
That, but that
It's a special
that
type of
TV
water
show,
down there with
that
them
TV
turtles.
show, that time in reality television, that was a good time.
Was it though?
The sorority life. I mean, it was not.
It was a hot boo boo mess, girl.
It
That's why they
was.
all got expelled.
It was.
We
It was a hot
quickly
boo boo
got them up
mess.
out of here. Quickly snatched them letters.
But Alex, I just came on here to tell you what I know. Y'all have a good night because I'm an old
Thank
lady and I
you.
got to get some rest.
Oh, well, thank you so much for refreshing our memory.
Bye. And leave Janet Jackson alone.
Okay.
Okay. Funky, like Carlos King, his friend, have a disdain for black women. I'm
Absolutely.
not
Massaging the
going to
one.
say that
I
because
don't think
somebody
that.
tried to say that about me once.
I don't
Um,
think that.
and so I don't like that to be an argument unless I believe. Now, do I believe there's some misogyny? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I do. I feel like we've definitely heard misogyny and we've seen bunions. But other than that, I don't think it's anything black women specific. It's just if you have misogyny and you're black, that's who it's taken out on.
I feel like, especially since the elevation, he punches down a lot, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It irks me. The what you 9 to 5 hoes do, like, it irks me. I know you hated it, and it is what it is. But I mean, if I don't know. I don't know if they want to be picked on while they're trying to listen to you and do what they
Yeah,
are
the 9 to 5.
doing.
What are you 9 to 5 hoes? I'm like, you make coffee break content, sweetheart. If it wasn't for 9 to 5s, who would have time to watch you?
Like, I just it's a lot of that. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's a blessing. I'm happy that that person is where they is from watching them struggle to come up. But now the way they respond to it and what they've done with it and how they have not conducted themselves maybe in a way that, but who am I? So I do not watch because now I have too many opinions.
Stem. I
Not
don't
you
know
a
what that
flying
is.
logic.
I've never been to Atlanta in my life, so I don't have a dog in this fight. I have no idea about anybody's genetic condition.
Oh Lord. What
Um,
genetic condition? What?
Somebody asked about a condition. Funky and Michelle are Peter and the chicken from Family Guy. Brown skin Aunt Viv. Oh my God. Oh my God. Brown skin Aunt Viv for the win. That is so freaking true. We're going to watch them duke it out. We're going to
Forever.
watch them brawl. I would not be surprised if they both end up getting picked up for fighting one day in a park.
Yeah. Ooh, I'd go.
I just need Linda McMahon to referee it.
Now, Alex, you say this, but he did say in that rant, I've been back in Atlanta and I never see you outside. You scary. You hiding from me. It might be a thing now. You might be speaking that into existence.
Yep.
World
Lord knows I've been psychic before.
You raping Baxter.
I don't know if that's gonna Sylvia Brown. I don't know if that's gonna Sylvia Brown. I remember the last time they ran into each other, it was Essence Fest. Because she again reported on it, and I was just like, girl, Jesus Christ, like you got your money. Like there becomes a point when it's like, okay, you keep bringing it up. It makes it seem like, and you haven't made a friend since. You haven't had a happy day. It's like, okay, girl. And also, you got to take some responsibility. Now, you saw him doing all of this cocaine because you sure did report on it. You reported on every granule he snorted. Why was he living in your house then?
That's at that point, you have to take, like, when you saw that it was turning for the worse, or did you befriend him like that? I don't know what the story is on that, but yeah, why did you let an addict stay in your rental property?
Still calls the man junkie. Why did exactly? It's like it's somebody that you saw in active cocaine use who was having a problem paying you. Why were you letting them stay? Girl, you was here for the drama. You needed something to talk about. You needed somebody to talk to. I believe you were as desperate and lonely for a friend as you claimed to be. And I also believe that because of the way you're acting now, because you act like you ain't got no damn friends, because you got time to be online all day, every day talking about this shit. Now, I came on here because I wasn't going to miss a quick few $100s. I ain't gonna miss it because I'm involved by transit. I'm involved by tangation too. So that's why I'm here. I'm here for the MONEY.
He gave her something else to report on. Like, I don't know. I feel like that whole friendship was Atlanta phony.
Wait. Oh, now that I could see. Wait, hold on. They're saying somebody's in the chat. Y'all so mad this man is successful and y'all want him to fail. Don't nobody want Funky to fail. Step y'all game up. Some need to be calling him to get tips.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Well, he can call me. He ain't blocked on my Instagram. But when have we seen Funky work with another YouTuber?
Someone who didn't call him Big Brother? Somebody who didn't kiss his butt?
I ain't seen him. Well, he helped Justin. Well, not really, because he didn't show up to Justin Jay's event. He wouldn't show up on Justin Jay's channel. He just got some quick pussy and ran off, now that memory serves.
I do remember that.
The people did say he was sleeping on his couch for a few weeks too.
Mm-hmm.
After Michelle put him out, they said that's whose couch he was sleeping on for a few weeks.
Oh, yeah, and it was kept secret until they was caught kissing on Periscope. I think I still have that picture. I posted that picture.
The North and Lipstick Alley remembers.
Oh, girl.
Listen, as much as people be like, oh, I want to put everything in the past, the internet is forever.
The internet is forever.
Forever.
And if you're a historian like me, you remember.
I fucked up some macaroni and cheese when I went to Las Vegas in 2016. And people still talk about it. And the funny thing is, like, people will find out about that shit today. I have not, like, I still talk to James Caldwell. I don't really talk to anybody else. I don't have issue with the majority of them. There's one that I have something to say, but we'll crack that open another day. But me and James are still cool, and that's what matters.
Alex, you don't even revisit that one. I'm gonna, what I would tell you, Funky is the same thing I'm gonna tell you. Leave that there. Don't even bring that up.
Leave it be.
But I mean, it's like people are still finding out about my fucked up macaroni and cheese like it's new. And that
What-
shit was 10 years ago. It is 2025. That was 2016. A whole, like we are a decade.
So the
That's
macaroni and
far
cheese is your Michelle
remember.
Brown?
Huh?
That
Yes,
macaroni and cheese is your Michelle Brown.
that's what it is. The
I
ma-
fucked up that macaroni and cheese too. I did.
And she won't
It
let
was
you
so
forget it.
soupy. I used too much milk and too much egg and didn't drain it. I should have drained it. But
um,
then there was, but also that was hilarious because the Vegas gate drama, everybody remembers I was not a part of the drama. They were always like, well, Alex was somewhere else. I was minding my business in the fucking pool. I went on that vacation to have a good time. Damn it. I was like, I'm going to have fun with my friends. That's all I went to do. I don't know what happened with everybody else. I don't know why they
I
got
love when
robbed.
that
Some people
happens.
didn't get their money. I gave they have for $40 and $60. I don't know. It wasn't enough money to squabble about. It really wasn't. I was not gonna get online pressed over pennies. But like James Caldwell said, when somebody steals your money. Oh my God, shout out to James. Oh, that was so damn funny. But I was so glad I was not in that. Let's see. Michelle is still on Funky, but a decade later. And it's sad to me. I'm gonna wish her well because nobody else in her
It
life
does
is.
prove that she doesn't have any, like, she
There's
hasn't made a
nothing.
friend since.
There's
Like, you're not even, you
because
ain't
you'd
made a
have something
friend
new to talk
since.
about. You
You'd
wouldn't
have,
be. You wouldn't constantly be living in that hurt.
You know,
yeah, there'd be
it had
something that
been a
she
while.
hasn't adopted a dog or a kitten.
Ooh.
The
I would
dog
say I
killed
was
itself
even
because of her
shocked
mess.
one time going to her channel and seeing the thumbnails and seeing the topics in it and seeing that it was mostly Funky and Maddie. And I'm like, oh my God,
Yeah,
that's real
she's
crazy. And
very
that should really
upset.
show
She's
you.
stuck in the negative.
Yeah. And she there as the Shady Gal had said earlier, that goes to show that Michelle isn't as connected in Atlanta like she once was because of how she's treated a whole bunch of people. When you think about Michelle's career, and it's what a few you all said earlier,
Career.
you're talking about someone who had a pretty much a
Do it,
plug. She
Alex.
was everywhere.
Career.
She,
Amara La
she,
Negra.
a lot of
Career.
people know her in Atlanta. So it shouldn't have been difficult for her to like have some segment on the news doing the gossip on the local news on the local radio stations. Like it shouldn't have been difficult. You have TV1 there. She should have her own show by now.
I was gonna say, and it's the anti-gay stuff she said over the years. She said the F word. She said nasty stuff about gay men. Like the thing is, like, she
She's
has
put
some
herself in a
homophobic,
corner.
some anti-gay tendencies,
Yeah.
and like Sandra Rose, and it's like it's been in her blog. And the thing is, the internet is forever, and advertisers don't want to be bothered with the bullshit that would come with putting her on because people are going to boycott because people love to dig shit up to pull your past out. She said this shit, and I can think of several things that she said that advertisers would be like, oh, we ain't got time to be bothered with that.
And just not only that, her reputation precedes her in Atlanta. When I say no one likes that lady, no one likes that lady. And I just like Shady Gal, I know people who know of her and who've been in her company. They don't like Michelle. She's not
Absolutely. Atlanta ain't that
she is
big.
not a person who's just pleasant to be around, period. Just socially. No one likes her.
And she pays money to get in them clubs that everybody else go to for free. She pays to get in those lounges and those spaces. And she can no longer even pay people to let her in. Like, you have angered so many people, done so much messed up stuff behind the
Mm-hmm.
scenes. Like, don't get me wrong, Funky did you wrong, but girl, you done did a lot, and you have
It-
closed yourself away from the
Absolutely.
Atlanta circle because it's not that
Absolutely.
big.
I
And
and
and I
honestly,
think that's
also,
why she obsesses.
and
and I
also,
honestly,
Michelle
I
is like
sorry.
at 50. I'm sorry. At 50, you making friends with the
Oh,
addict, letting them live with you, upset with the results, and then you run and tell everybody. How many people do you think are lining up to be her friend after the way she's exposed funk? It's like, no, you will run and tell that girl. I don't want nothing to do with
right,
you.
Exactly. Like
right.
honestly, when you look at that situation, yes, Dineva was dead wrong in his actions, but when you think about it, you look at the fact that you knew that this man had several evictions on his record already. You also knew he had an addiction. You knew he had issues with substances. You knew of his reputation around town, and I think that's possibly why she set it up the way she did, because I believe she was at the end of her relationship with using him. I think she saw some doors closing on him and said, okay, now this relationship is about to be no more advantageous to me. So now I'm about to close this chapter and I'm going to quote unquote blow up his spot and end his career for good. That's
And
what I
it did
honestly
not
think it
work.
was, because
I it,
you
it,
don't
it
allow
that had to be
months
what it
of
was.
you don't
On
allow
the
months of
nose, on the
unpaid rent.
nose, madam, on the nose. I
You don't
agree with.
allow months of unpaid rent to stack up and then go to someone's mother's funeral to return back a week later and evict them. That was a setup.
Yeah, very much so.
She knew what she was doing.
And the fact that you can still talk about this 10 years later, like a bit of it is audience, but there is a bit of you ain't made no new friends. You don't have new experiences in your life to talk about. Like, why don't you
Stunted.
have another friend, male or female, that you doing your videos and palling around Atlanta with?
Because she don't
Where's your
have any. Nobody
Chris?
likes her. She's not pleasant.
There it
Her
is.
I'm
outsides
surprised.
are as
Oh,
smelly as her
Josh is still
insides.
around. I forgot all about Josh. Oh, girl, that's right. I forgot her and Funky, and that no, that's when her and Madison. And you see another the upset. Really, her shit that went on with Madison that will keep her off big time air forever. Because she said
Absolutely.
every anti-trans thing in the book went out of her way. Where it's like you have a fixation on the LGBT. Like you think about us, we ain't thinking about you. We ain't worried about you.
Yeah,
We're not trying to be you. We're not.
right.
We're being us. But girl, 10 years and you can't and you haven't anything new to discuss. But man, they went on. But her and Madison, they went. It was every day
That's
all summer.
deep.
It
It's
was
deep with
every day.
her
It was
and
hours
Madison.
all day.
It's
And that's all she
very,
would talk
very
about.
deep. It's
I mean,
very
like, it was when I was really growing
she's
the channel.
very hurt like that she is hurt and bothered by Maddie's existence.
She used Madison to pretty much jump off her YouTube career because she saw the ending of the blogosphere. She saw the ending
Mm-hmm.
of that. And she saw the wave transitioning to online blogging. And she pretty much used Madison and the whole fallout of the Queen's Court to catapult her stuff. And then now we look at where that ended with her
Right.
and Kaya ran away screaming the same stuff everybody's on this panel screaming.
Sure did.
I
And
remember
mind you,
that.
she came to the YouTube game late.
Yeah.
Everybody had already started making that transition. She's late to the game and just hateful. Like you hating on Madison as if Madison didn't come from nothing. Absolutely nothing. Was out here having to do everything she could for money, and look at where she is now. And I will never take that away from T.S. Madison. That girl did that.
The thing is, also, it's not making your show any better or any more interesting. Like,
Right.
you should be that girl in Atlanta. Like, honestly, your career and Nene's career, they're at the same place. You know, you both had the opportunity to be that girl, and somehow along the way it got squandered. And I really do think it was your consistent fucking with Funky Dineva. Your obsession with this, I'm going to get back at him. I mean, you hiring me to be your pit bull and sending me documents and talking on the phone to me and telling me all of his business and feeding me all of this information. You had nothing better to do with your time. I was like, shit, I'm going to get something out of this. I'm going to grow my channel. I'm going to get my check. I got my check. I got my subscribers.
Well, here's another thing. She's done that with Funky when she was going after Sheree when she was sleeping with Bob Whitfield. Bob was cupcaking with her and took all that information. He fed her about Sheree and gave it to Funky. That is why we got that Chateau Sheree expose. All this stuff that we never knew about Sheree from the show. Dineva reported on it, came from her.
Absolutely. Bad talking. Thank you. Look at you having a good memory.
Show did.
She used to post all about Sheree on FunkyDineva.com. And that had to come from someone close. And him and Bob didn't have a relationship.
Right.
Oh. I will say, you know what? Can Funky drop the audio to the Cordell Stewart video and let us know who he was actually talking to? That's a video that needs audio like the Solange video.
Ooh, that tooted up booty.
Yes, that Cash Dollars.
Who was he talking to and what was
I've been around
saying?
A long time. I sat in the background and watched all this crap play out.
It has been, Michelle, we know you're, oh Lord, you ain't shit. She was obsessed with Sheree. But I do feel that you can be as mad as you want to be. Nobody's going to stop you. But we will tell you to go to therapy. We can say there comes a point when you being angry about something, honey, you're the only one drinking that poison. You are truly upset that you were not able to stop Funky's bag. In fact, you've started internet lore that will go on and on and on forever. We will be dead, and our grandkids will be talking about during the great YouTube wars of the early aughts. I swear, it's going to be taught in fucking schools. You know that Funky.
But when you think about how much pre-planning she had to have put into trying to push him in this hole, and then she ended up in the ditch she dug for him.
Hey, Uncle Jay.
I suppose I can understand where that anger comes from. I get that.
No. That's when it becomes mental illness.
It's censored.
I really would say, like, if it was me, I would be pissed about that for 2 years. After 2 years, you start to wrinkle. After it starts to really eat at you. Like you're the one feeling the upset. Funky is not feeling the upset at all. Funky is out there on boats, enjoying doing his videos, enjoying making fun of Halle Bailey's nose and disrespecting black women. He's enjoying his bunions.
Basically getting paid for it.
And getting paid for it.
In your hovel of a house.
Listen,
after chair from 20 years ago.
After
like
I not only
tilapia stew.
Oh,
after I've not only gotten my judgment from the court and also recoup more than enough from videos from YouTube, I will have to leave it alone because it's obviously going to look how it looks now, and that is obsessive. It's going to look one-sided. You're going to look like the crazy person because he is not the one who has a whole channel pretty much dedicated to Michelle Brown. She's the one with the channel dedicated to him.
And has never gone anywhere. Does anybody go to Straight from the A? It's a name that we remember, but we don't even follow you on Instagram, girl. It's the Jasmine brand now. And when we talk about blogs, we talk about the Shade Room, Neighborhood Talk, even Jason Lee, Hollywood Unlocked, like Tasha K. Tasha fucking K. Nobody's talking about you. You're not in those numbers. You're not in that conversation. You really, were phased out. You age out. You had a moment, but we remember you with Old School Atlanta and Lipstick Alley. You remember it.
Lipstick Alley.
And it says a lot about your networking skills. That's Tasha K, who hasn't been in the game that long, triple doubled your numbers. Like,
Oh,
say
and
what you
also
will about
Tasha K around your same age. Oh, wait, no.
Yeah.
Tasha K's younger. But they're
It's
both like,
younger,
we
more
both talk about
successful.
women that found success over 40. We both talk about women of success over 40. Tasha K came out of no fucking where and scorched your ass.
Yeah.
And been doing it. Got her own app, has multiple streams of income. Say what you will, but that woman has been working.
She's not leaning on light skin. She's not leaning on a whole bunch of makeup and fancy clothes. She just gives you straight personality
And good wine.
and
Who can't
exactly.
relate to that at our age?
I do
Give
like
me
a
the
good
mess with a
wine.
glass of wine.
Michelle's numbers should be better than mine. She's been at this longer than me and has had more fame than me. Should be bigger than me. She had Funky Dineva on her side, so hell yeah.
That's not a read. And
Is that
Alex
a
isn't out
read?
here hanging with celebrities and reality stars and stuff. He just comes in here with his microphone and his jingles and makes
Right.
magic.
And yet, Michelle is doing well financially. She's never been broke. She's always been really good with her money. No one has
That's the
said
funny
that.
part. Nobody
Yeah.
is broke. Not a single
Yeah.
person is broke. They're doing well, making money, arguing about old stuff.
Yeah,
Years later.
yeah, she's doing very, very well. But what we're saying, but what people have tried to make the point is, regardless of what she's saying, talking about, I don't want X, Y, and Z, that is a whole lie. Because if she didn't, she wouldn't be holding on to dear life for her last quote unquote industry friend with knee Leaks. After that tie is cut, you will really watch it tank over there.
And keep in mind, she wasn't always friends with Nene. Back in the day when Straight with the A was hidden, Nene wasn't really on there like that, or featured or did an interview. They
Well,
needed
when
each
she
other because
first
they at
started
the
straight
bottom
from
of
the
the road.
A, she was a Candy fan and didn't like Nene, and then it flipped.
Yes. And Candy gave her nothing. So now we switched up.
And
At the end of the day,
honestly,
that
if
woman
you,
wants to be famous. She wants to have a level of prestige. Just like all those girls who be on Beverly Hills. They're rich. They just want the fame.
yep.
They got the money. They got the wallet. They want people to know them.
I'm going to drop, guys, but thank you for the conversation. It's a pleasure as always, Alex. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Thank you. Oh, somebody said, tell me one memorable Michelle quote quickly. I don't think Michelle needs YouTube for money. I agree. I don't think so either. We were just commenting that you were a bigger blog back, in Atlanta's early years, about 15 years ago. And instead of being, the powerhouse Instagram that the Shade Room or Neighborhood Talk or, the Jasmine brand is, ain't nobody really talking about you. But
Tanya
you
S.
still what?
I was gonna respond to Tanya. You notice she doesn't like any woman that is remotely pretty, right?
Oh,
A self-hating black woman, what do you expect? Look at who she goes after.
We're
and
just
I'm a tip out. Thank you for letting me up, Alex. Good
Like,
night.
and on that note.
And on that note. Let's see. Michelle is rich. People are bothered by her because she has money. No, we are just pointing out that it's been 10 years and you still can't let that whole funky thing go. And it's been every day for 10 years. I mean, damn near every day. Like when we look back as an audience, the amount of material that you have, if a doctor saw that, if we brought that to a psychiatrist or a psychologist, I would love, oh Lord, I would pay money for somebody with the license to diagnose just to look at how much material she has on him and ask is what type of obsession that is. That's fucking funny. I would love someone with a license to diagnose how many videos. Oh yes, Jay Lee's here. Oh thank God, Jay Lee. Oh hey Jay Lee.
I was trying to stay in the bushes. I was trying my best to stay. Hi, Alex.
Oh God, no!
Hiya.
Come on in. Come on in. I mean, this is good hot talk. But I want to know. Oh crap! I'm sorry. I saw you and I got so excited. What were you going to say?
I feel like I saw someone mentioning. I'm coming to defend. I don't. I don't feel about Alex. No one is discussing Michelle's numbers. Michelle has been talking about one person for 10 years. That's a decade. So she could have 2,000 viewers every day, and Alex could have two viewers. He still talks about different shits. He does his own show. He does his own thing. So trying to shade anyone based on their numbers is ridiculous. Second of all, even though people want to claim that Funky, this is black women, so does Michelle. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And I feel like Funky is an acquired taste. You either don't like him or you do. However, he doesn't hate black women. However, he covers black content. So who else is he gonna discuss? I dog the black women too. Am I a black woman hater? No. But because we have men who review content of black women, people like to say they don't like black women. They're not reviewing any white shows to not like the white women. But if you watch Funky and he discusses Caucasianite people, he talks shit about them too. The majority of it is black because we are black content creators. I am, Alex is, Chris is, Scotty is, Bonnie is. All of us are black content creators. So
Black
Funky
folks
has
talking about black
faults.
folks.
Right, and Funky has its faults. I'm not negating that fact, but to try to label any black gay man who talks shit about black women when their content is black women is redundant. Because when they cover white women, they dog them just as much. We just don't
Very
cover them
true.
as often. So it's unfair to always make it seem like it's a blanket. He hates black women. Now, some black women he don't like. Some black women I don't like. Some black women a lot of folk don't like. But the point of this is Michelle knew at that point in time that Funky Dineva, as he also said, he was a drug cocaine sniffing bad money handling individual renting her space. And she knew that. She was over there every day with him. She said that too. And 10 years later, after she went and garnished his YouTube checks, got her money, got her condo fixed, he has since moved not only from back to Miami, then back to Atlanta. How the fuck do you have a copy of that man's house? I have no idea how much my sister paid for her mortgage. She was saying how much Funky allegedly pays for his rent. How the fuck you know? Who goes as far as to find a realtor who got the house Funky lives in Atlanta and has it readily available to show y'all that man house? She
See,
is
she gonna
a
wake up. She
stalker.
gonna wake up in his bed one morning. She gonna
Yes.
wake up and hit that. It's obsessive. It's fucking obsessive. It's like what that is weird. Oh
Yeah,
my
I
God,
didn't know she
Kaylee,
did all of that.
I did not know. I
Y'all know
would
what
never
else
want
she
like
did
I,
that?
I would never dream of looking up anybody's information just because I would never want that in my search history. I would never want to know. She looked up his house in Atlanta. You know she's driven by. You know she's driven by because they did it to Sheree.
Oh, she's definitely driven by.
Child,
Oh,
she
you
probably
muted
paid for that
Kaylee.
information.
For the show. I watched it last night, and when she had Taco K on, towards the end, I skimmed through a lot of it, but towards the end, she showed like a 5 minute video of when the house that Funky lives in now, when he was here visiting to look at the house. She posted the video of him and the realtor looking at the house as a rental. She showed him walking through the whole house, his backyard. We saw the whole house. I'm like, why would you post that man's house on your channel when people is crazy out here? Because she's fucking insane. So I get people don't like Funky. I get it. No one has to like him. But the point of this, of him going off, was they have to make videos about him on a weekly basis. We make content on what's going on in the news based on what's going on in the news. Ain't nobody around here making funky videos every week for what? Stalkers do that shit. That's
That
gotcha.
that is stalk. That's not even stalky boo. That's stalker with a hard ER. A
Very much so.
hard. Oh my god! If this was a man doing it to a woman, we would be calling authorities. This
Yeah.
is insane. But this is insane. I see why he went to Miami. Child, you might want to move to Los Angeles. She put a
Yeah.
video of him in the damn house.
And
That's
then was
crazy.
complaining saying he didn't really buy that house, he rented that house. And I was like, you can tell when you live in one state and you're moving to a different state, you don't bring all your stuff. You go look at a house, you have a suitcase, you're coming to see, if you want to be here, there, or whatever. And the video was him clearly here visiting to see if he wants to live here. He in the video he was saying, I'm going to buy this house, meaning I haven't moved here yet. He wasn't even in his car. But I'm like, how did you get that video? How do you know the square footage of that man's house?
And why
That's
do you
insane.
want to know? Why does that matter to you? She masturbates to him every night.
Oh my god.
She has got to be friggin' her pussy to thoughts of Funky, because why else would you be like, I need to know where you live. I need
It's
to know,
insane.
especially as much as you supposedly despise him for tearing up your house. What are you going to do? Go in there, break in and shit?
She might
Yes.
and bring her own tissue.
And cut off a horse head. What you mean?
Maybe that's what he needs to
Yeah.
do. Let her shit in your living room.
And so he had to me, Funky and Michelle's issue is a direct issue. It's not him and her, they beefing. It is what it is. But however, he ain't mentioned that lady in years. And she mentions him every 3 days. Every 3 weeks. It's a Funky video, it's a Maddie video. She does, you wanna know why? She has learned people hate Funky. She has learned people hate gay trans people. Let me
Yep.
cater to those who hate Maddie because she's
Yep.
trans. Let me cater to those who hate
Yep.
Funky gay. So she's
Boom.
learned I can cater to the people who don't like who I don't like.
Yep.
And that's how she gets the view. So when Funky said her fan base is like is bitter women and blah blah blah, because most, not all, most of her watchers don't like Funky
Yeah.
because they think he hates black women. They don't like the LGBTQ community because we
Yep.
know how Michelle is. So that's her fan base. And so she's on there calling Maddie male when we know Maddie is a she. When she's on there calling Funky junkie and you ain't seen him in 10 years. So it's like she's catering to those who, does what she do. So it's like, girl, Michelle is gonna be Michelle all day.
And
But
Tasha does the same thing, which is why I even hate he even fell for what Tasha was doing. It's why I hate when Maddie even responds to what Tasha does. They do
Yeah.
the same thing. They're one and the same. Like it,
I do feel
yeah,
like
those
Tasha just
two have
picked on Maddie.
excelled leaps and bounds past both of them. Michelle is regulated to her closet, and Tasha is regulated to this $1.6 million debt that is on a payment schedule that she cannot avoid.
did you see her? Did you see the video from last night, Alex, from Michelle's stuff? Her and Tasha talking.
No, I missed that one. I saw Funky saying, I I'm gonna slap the shit. So I had to bring some toilet paper to this episode since he gonna slap the shit out of Tasha. I'm like, ooh. So where does it go? Like, do you have to wipe? So I figured I'd bring some.
Child.
She gonna learn her lesson. Like Funky should not have threatened. Funky was wrong for threatening to slap Tasha. Like that,
I
was
agree.
crazy.
I
But I
agree.
felt like, I feel like Funky was pissed. Funky got himself riled up at Michelle, and then as he was riled up at Michelle, Tasha popped in his head, and she caught a stray, and that shit went left. But he was completely wrong for saying he gonna slap her. That's illegal. You'll get arrested, whatever. But I think she caught a stray based on him being pissed off and let his feelings out from Michelle and Tasha. She just got in the way.
I can see that too, because normally that type of vitriol is reserved for Michelle. But the opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference. Maybe these two
Absolutely.
need to be locked in a hotel room, get drunk, forgive each
Funky and
other,
Michelle,
hunch, and
Funky
then
and
move
Michelle,
on.
one of them gonna die. If you lock Funky and Michelle in the room, someone coming out dead. I don't
Baby,
know
somebody
who.
going to jail. Murder.
I don't know who.
Jail.
Manslaughter. Who he trying to set up?
Yeah,
But if Funky
that
gonna
wouldn't
mention Michelle
work.
again for 10 more years, and Michelle gonna keep making videos about Funky. So, but that's
Every
her
3
thing.
days.
I want
Yeah,
their
that's
opinion.
really
I think
sad.
everything was like Funky. It was either Maddie, some Candy stuff, some Cardi stuff. But it's, he's in her videos too much because he's not like Funky isn't a celebrity. He's a YouTuber. He's a content creator. So there's really no reason to have any videos about him on a regular basis. But she's obsessed.
She
I mean,
makes a
yep,
way.
she just did another. I mean, now it's also now you've given fodder so that there's fresh material for another 10 damn years, because she's gonna milk it. I mean,
Absolutely.
I
My washer, my dryer. The girl is fixed
oh
now.
God, you ooh. Now
And can I say, I didn't even know
I'm
about
gonna say something that's really, really petty.
the money that she's claiming that he took from her out of her purse. I didn't even know that. I just knew what was in
I
the court
started
document.
running ads that say Michelle's washer watches Alex Rogers, and Michelle's dryer watches Alex Rogers. Has anybody seen my ads, my Google ads that say that? I actually
I have
purchased them.
that.
I thought it would be funny. I thought it would be funny. I have Giselle's Bunions watch, Ashley's Bunions watch, Giselle's neck fat watches. I'm sorry, but yeah, let me know in the comments if y'all see my Google ads. I'm paying good money for them.
Oh, that is hilarious. Somebody, I mean, look, she gonna keep bringing it up.
And that is, I guess, I mean, there's definitely a level of you have not made another friend since then. Like your life has been stuck in she's stuck in 2008. Like you're stuck in that. She's stuck then. Like she's stuck in like the first season of Housewives with the fashion, with the blog, like with all of it. It's like you want to go back there instead of moving forward. Move forward with us in the real world, in life. Leave 15 years ago. Leave the washer and dryer. It's left this earth. That washer and dryer, it probably doesn't even exist anymore. It's gone to a landfill. It's been recycled. It now has a happy life as a bicycle, and you still worrying about it.
I think because when it first happened, people were like upset with her. But like we've
Yeah.
already went through the trauma of what happened. We've already discussed it. We've already read Funky the Phil. But I believe Funky made a video after the garnishment or sometime before he moved to Miami. I remember he did a video like acknowledging the shit. I don't think he said sorry, but he said yes, I owe her money. Yes, so I'm like it's not as if we know she not lying. So it's not as if we think she's a liar. We just think you're beating a dead horse 10 years later and the horse has been dead for 10 years. So it's like we felt for you in that time, but it's like you can't keep being upset when the courts got you your money.
Right.
And
Court's
You know,
now
Exactly. It's
gone.
like it's
you've
like you
been
finally
made
were made
legally
whole.
whole.
It's like, okay, what like now it's like we went with you and we went on a 5-year ride. 5 years. And it's been
once
another 5 years.
once
I
the pandemic happened, once the pandemic happened, slate is clean. We almost died in the pandemic. You bringing anything out that happened before the pandemic is dumb. That cleared a path. Whatever happened, we all live. Thank God, we all here. Girl, don't bring up no pre-pandemic shit in 2025. No, it's other things. It's other things to get into.
well, I want to thank everybody for joining me. This has been a fabulous, fabulous and interesting chat. And I will see. Wait, hold on. Everybody do a round robin of where we can find you.
Jimmy's Corner everywhere. Jimmy's Corner on
In the
YouTube
internet
mainly.
streets.
Okay. Well, y'all go check out Jay Lee, and I will see y'all soon.